Good morning and welcome to Irreverent Knits. I am Tracy, owner of Low Country Shrimp and Knits, and with me is Judy. She is the owner of, I was going to say Irreverent Knits. See, it's crazy. It's already
because I started out calling it Irreverent Knits.
That's
and then
right.
I changed it to Maggie Loves Yarn.
That's right. So we're owning of pretty much everything today. We're just gonna. That's
I
how we
would charge you then, shouldn't I?
You. It's too late. It's too late. I already
Okay.
set it up under an LLC under my name, and yeah. So, for the record, I woke up and I was so fabulous. I was like, oh my God, someone's totally going to pick me up and they're going to want me to have a show. And then I left the house and I realized that now with the humidity and rain that either they're going to want me for like an Einstein,
Makeover.
wicked smart kind of a place, or
It's
electricity.
raining.
I could be a spokesperson for General Electric or something. So you're welcome for this amount of fabulous
today.
Yeah,
You know what? I feel really bad for over somewhere in Savannah because we keep wanting to go. They wanted it's a hot air balloon, and tonight on Friday night is the glow where you go and you walk the fields and they light them all up.
Beautiful!
But they don't
But
raise
it's supposed
them.
to pour again.
I know. It was supposed to be 2 weeks ago, and we had that bad weather, so they postponed it to today. And we're supposed to have another bad weather, so they went, all right, we're going back to our original rain date. See you in June.
But St. Patrick's Day was lovely, so all the drunk party goers in Savannah were able to be as debaucherated, as inebriated as they could possibly conjure up. So
so sorry I missed that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Also, as we say, it's raining and we're complaining, we're not getting the crappy weather like up north, the snow. My best friend lives in Watertown, right outside of Watertown, New York, and they're about to get pummeled. So
with snow. I saw Maine was getting it.
Yeah, there's kind of like upstate New York, Vermont, the whole New England that I don't miss this time. I wonder
if Norma's getting it. Norma, are you getting it?
So
she likes it though.
So today we've got a bunch of different things to talk about. We've got a lot of works in progress that we have been kind of dealing with. We have a what am I trying to say?
I
don't know either. I need more coffee, clearly.
Me too.
We are fundraising, or we are doing a drive for chemotherapy caps that we're doing for the infusion centers, and actually 2 of them now, because I've had some people say, well, why aren't we doing it for the Bluffton one? And I'm like, I don't know. Why aren't we doing it for the Bluffton one? So we're going to share the wealth.
We're so easy.
I know. We're just like a big old. You want to do this? Okay, I'll just add more to my
plate. On the bathroom walls.
Well, I mean, in only the best restaurants, clearly. So, and we have some new yarn in here. We have some exciting new things coming. And Judy had she road tripped north, and it was cold.
It was like in the low 40s.
I would like to say
that it got nice during the day. It got up to 50s and 60s.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Indianapolis.
She was at a place where lots of balls were flying around her
in my sleep. I had to go to a volleyball tournament, and it's my granddaughter plays volleyball. She's 14, 6 feet tall, and she plays with the 18-year-olds. And this is the big tournament, the Mideast or Midwest tournament in Indianapolis, where all the college scouts
recruitment
shows up. So we were in the convention center downtown next to the Lucas Oil Stadium. It's really nice downtown, real walkable to stuff. But oh my God. The hall we were in, and we didn't even have it full because we had the store that you could go in and buy stuff in our hall, 105 quarts just in ours. And balls are whizzing everywhere. She's like, are you getting knitting done? Are you kidding me? I'm fearing for my life. I did get beamed in the back of the head once. And one time I just looked up in time to see it coming right at me, and I right back. I mean, everybody was impressed at my reaction time. I didn't even flinch. I just went and hit it back. And then I looked at my granddaughter on the court because she's like, and I went, if I broke my knitting hand, you're in trouble.
That's it.
So
time out for you.
So picture that. All 3 big, huge halls, and they're all doing it. And then trying to find your car. But it was fun. We had a good time.
Good.
I went to a great yarn store, and I need to shout them out in case they're watching. Mass Avenue Yarn Shop, which is on Virginia Road. But they used to be on Massachusetts Avenue, so that's why they kept it.
It's
great
fine.
store. Ladies, you were fun. I enjoyed talking to you. I gave Tracy some ideas for her.
She's trying to
shop,
steal the good stuff that you guys are
and,
doing,
they
and I'm
didn't
all for it.
care.
I'm here
They
for
didn't
it.
care.
I'm here for it.
And so we'd love to see you come down.
I know. So we've got some other fun stuff. And speaking of Mass Avenue, one of my dear friends from high school, Chris, is on. He's watching the show. Thank you, Chris. So, and Austin Nitty Limits has just joined us too. And if you don't
Hi.
follow them on Instagram, boy, do they have some fun stuff. She's been working on some golf club covers that I know down here.
Oh, those would be big.
So great. In my list of stuff I should do, we should make covers and have a class on it in that list.
Well, you don't do anything between 2 and 3 a.m.
That's true. That's true. I'm getting, clearly a lot. I'm getting far enough beauty sleep these days.
Well,
So,
my dear husband, he works Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and he gets up early, and that's fine. I get up early too, and I get stuff done. But yesterday morning, he had to get up early again because he had a doctor's appointment. So it was fine. I got up again because that's like, I'm just a good wife.
yeah, clearly.
This morning, I wanted to sleep in. He forgot to turn his alarm off. And
Yeah.
while it's a pretty little song on his watch, turn off your phone. Well, of course, that activated the bladder. So I was up. I was up at 6.
6, yeah.
And I wanted to sleep till at least 7.
Yeah, well, too bad.
So tonight we will go through the checklist.
Okay, turn everything off. Don't make me punch you in your sleep.
Once you activate the bladder that early in the morning, forget it. You're up.
All right, so let's talk about, since she's been up and we are playing with new colors here. She has created this for, again, Maggie Loves Yarn is her hand dyes. She does all these really great local hand dyes. And we're playing with the color for the shop because she makes all these things. And I'm like, well, maybe we should make one for here. So we're calling this shrimp and grits, but then we cross out the grits and it becomes knits. So if this is something that you like, we're kind of playing with this. So I said, well,
you're the one that lasted 3 hours. You didn't shoot.
I didn't even get to see this one. So she made this one here.
One of it. That's called River Rocks.
I loved this one. I was like,
too.
Yeah, I was like,
I brought
this
it
one
in
is
yesterday at noon. It was.
I didn't even get to see
3.
it. Yeah, I came in at 4 after I was done teaching and yelling at students all day. And after I got off that class, I came in and.
So I'll make another one. I'll make a couple more.
So we have a couple of these in stock. If you are coming into town for a vacation, one of this in stock, but a couple of Judy's different things. She's been slacking off, where she wasn't dying when she was on the court, and I found that a little bit rude. While you have
to drag all that stuff in
into the volleyball courts. They probably
there's just a row of seats. That's all there is.
All right. Well,
Chris did go by. My son did go by. He said, "Mom, I came in last night to do something real quick," because Emma hadn't left yet, because when the girls aren't playing, they're supposed to go ref the other court. So they're the flag, the line judge or whatever. And he goes, there was a team from Houston. I mean, they were all from all over the country.
Yeah.
And he goes, they must have been really good because they were standing 4 deep watching them. And every single one of them standing was from a college.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw one from Tiffin, from somewhere around Raleigh, a college. We were just naming off all the college scouts we saw.
Well, go them.
So she got a lot of good exposure. There was a scout watching her, and then he kind of walked away when she realized she was only.
You're like, oh, okay.
But
we'll come back.
She's on track. Found out to graduate early. She's going to graduate in junior year. She's a go-getter.
Smart girls rule. Smart girls rule. Okay, so we got some new great yarn in for Knitting for Olive. I can't keep these in stock. So what we do, and I've really tried to pair them up because they make in merino, this is a fingering weight Knitting for Olive. Here they make merino, but they also make a matching soft silk mohair,
gorgeous,
and they are absolutely beautiful. Okay, so here we've got these two. Just absolutely perfect, and you can put them next to other stuff, and it will change, the dynamic of your color. So if you want to bring out a certain color, that's another way to play with color, so that the finished product is.
And people are coming in going, oh, I've heard about Knitting for Olive. That's why I came in. I want to check it out.
Yep.
So Knitting for Olive, you're really making a name.
Yep.
And you're really making a name down here in the Southeast.
That's
people
right.
Are coming from all over because they hear we've got
That's right. We've got it. We've got like 25 different colors. So lots of them we got in. So this is Poppy Rose. This is Poppy Rose here. These are the two. I'm a hot mess today. It's okay. Just forgive me. Here is another one. This one is Dusty. Nope, lies. Artichoke.
That's
purple.
Not artichoke. Is that artichoke?
It's artichoke purple, and we have Dusty Artichoke.
I got to remember to get
this. Is Artichoke purple. We have this one, which is Dusty Rose. There's a lot of dusty combinations.
Dusty Rose is very popular. That went out really fast last time when you.
And this is a purpley mauve color, I think. So, but it's not exactly this
It's
color
not purple. It doesn't go with the purple at
And there
all.
is a unicorn purple that's like a real pastel-y purple. This one, so if you're looking for kind of an off-white, but not quite the off-white, this one is elderflower, and it's almost got a yellowy.
And I think a lot of
tinge
Knitting
to
for
it.
Olive's pattern uses that instead of the bright white.
That's right, because it's
people came
stark.
in looking
It's
for
really
it.
stark. So the bright white, we have some bright white too, and cream. But this one I really like. This is called Dusty Petroleum
Oh my
Blue.
God, it's in my garden walk. It is Island Walker, and it is so pretty.
It's just beautiful. And when you put this just little bit of haze to it, it's a little halo of fluffy cloud and fabulousness. It really, people go, oh God, I can't do two together. You can. It's not difficult. It just, once you get yourself going, you don't even realize it because you're just I obviously throw, but you're just kind of pulling them together. And
you
it's
just
not,
lay them there and just pull them up.
yeah,
pull them up.
it's really not hard.
And the other one that's so pretty you don't have out is fennel.
Oh, fennel is
that pale green. It's gorgeous.
We do have, we've got some other ones too. I just got this,
that's pretty,
the soft silk, and this one is, I think, dusty olive. So this one is dusty olive, and again,
put that with the copper.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at those two together.
Yeah, here's copper.
Look at those two together.
So there's that.
Yummy. As Leanne Morgan says, yummy. So we tried very hard to pull colors together. So if you're working with color work, there are a lot of families that all go
play
together.
beautifully together. They play nicely in the sandbox.
They get good grades on their report cards.
They do. They're not like me that says constantly disrupts class.
And people first pick it up and they go, well, it's not very soft. I said, really, just stand there and pet it for a minute. And they go, oh my God, it gets softer as you touch it. And I went, yes.
And as you work with it, it gets, so it's good because it's got a little bit of chunk to it in that when you're doing things like cables, it holds your stitch.
Does it hold for cables?
It holds,
like I said, I'm using it on shake rag. Yeah. And it's gorgeous. It's going to drape.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
And then
it holds, but it's not that like super stiff cable feeling. So if you really want a good Scandinavian,
it's got beautiful
not
drape.
in this weight. Yep. This weight, worsted weight is a little more firm. So this is good for.
I'm working on a cow for that. I'm designing it.
So this will be, oh good. We'll have to play with that too. We've got a couple other friends joining us. Lady Beaver 626. Hello. And Southern Witch 67. Thank you guys.
Beaver. Do I know you? That name sounds familiar.
That was your strip club name.
No, it wasn't. Oh. It was another one.
No. So let me tell you what's been going on because nothing's ever easy. You would think, oh, I would like to purchase this. No problem. I don't have a lot in stock. Let me reorder it for you. And you say, okay. And I go, I'd like to reorder this. And they send it to you, right? Wrong. Okay. So we had a woman come in. Very lovely. Very lovely woman.
Like 4 of those, and
she wanted
3.
4 of these. Now this is Bamboo Bloom Hand Paints by Universal Yarn. And it's a really fun, cool yarn.
I love it.
Fun, cool yarn. It's got different, I don't want to call it layers, levels of thickness. So you go from thin to thick, and it's got some
and the thick is
sparkle,
like roving.
And it's like all over the place. So it makes a really cool looking scarf or cowl or hat.
I've got a cardigan that we can do that with. I wanted to show you this.
Same thing. So woman wanted 4 of them. And I'm like, no problem. We've been getting this forever. So I put the call in and I said, hey, I want it to my girl, Karen. I'm like, hey, I want to order these. And she's like, okay. So my order showed up, none of these. And I'm like, did I forget to tell her? Because of course my brain cells, they're just like, wee. So I go back and say, hey, I want to order this. So I put the order in again. And she goes, oh, yeah, we did order that. I go, well, it didn't come in. So I said, well, let's order it again. Just want to make, I told this woman, yes, no problem. Let's get this going. I like to work on my prompt, and then I forget immediately. So it doesn't come in. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I reach out to her, and Universal Yarn reaches back and says, you have to watch our emails. We tell you every week we tell you what we have available. And I'm like, oh my God, do you know how many damn emails I get? I mean, seriously, I must get 5,000 emails, no exaggeration, in just my knitting company, of my yarn company. And then I'm a teacher, and then I have my own. I mean, I can't stay on top of it. I'm like, I'll try to remember, but help me. So I reach out again, and I'm like, still not seeing it. I looked on these things. Let me know. And she comes back to me this week and goes, oh, oops, my bad. It's discontinued.
The whole line, or just this color?
Just this color. And I'm like, are you serious? I sent 3 emails to the company. And 3 emails went
This
to
is
my
one
to
of the
my
most-
rep.
This is one of the most popular ones.
Discontinued. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I feel terrible because this poor woman's been waiting. And I'm like, I've ordered it. I promise it's on back order. It's on back order. And no, apparently they just discontinued it. And then why wouldn't that woman just tell me from Universal Yarn?
I don't know.
So
I know. I'm thinking about stealing this one. Well, I'll show you what I think we should do with it, and then you tell me whether to take.
Well, I'm going to tell you, but then because I'm, I am a sucker, so I got a couple new colors in.
Oh,
This
maybe
is a new color.
That's the one.
Yeah, this is the new
Never
color.
mind, you can have that.
Yeah, this one is called Hannah, I believe. So there's this one.
Love that one.
This one's got some
That's
real
like
fun
summer saltwater taffy
yeah,
colors.
this feels like super fun and springy. And then I got
She was
this
holding
one.
out on me. She did not show me these when
I didn't. They just came in. They just came in. So, and I got this one, which is
that's
just
really
really light, kind of. It's kind of yellows and some grays and some almost peachy undertone.
Green, like
yeah. So this one is called Crane.
That's pretty.
Crane. Too. Okay. And then a third one, which always this is my weakness, is these kind of sea glass looking.
And you know what? That might work too with the pattern.
This one, hold on, I'm always backwards here. Whoop, there we go. Bamboo Bloom. And this one is Nami 334. So look at these fun greens and yellows and
like
blues
something else in another color then.
We have some other colors here too. But I just want to say that, like, so sorry, but I did order a couple more. So if this is something you're interested in, we got a comment on one of our recent videos that, like, when you hold things up, can you? Well, absolutely. But if you ever have any questions, just email me.
And watch this one go in my pile.
So I'll have to hide. I got 5 of them. So I'll have to hide a couple of them.
I only need one. I'll show you what I think would work.
But these are so much fun. And so when, if you're just looking for something, is this going to be so warm you wear it to the Arctic? Hell no. But are you going to look sassy when you go out to dinner? You're like, that's right, bitches. Woo-hoo. Yes, it is.
The one I'm thinking of is a cardigan. Wait till you see the cardigan. I'm thinking this one would work.
So this again, 318. I'm sorry, we really tried. Maybe someone else got one out there that they want to send my way. But if not, okay. But we do have some other fun ones. And Blues and Avenues. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate. Love to everyone. Blues and Avenues that are joining us. I know. Yeah. So that's what's going on. And then the last bit of we've gotten a few new yarns in here. So I'm excited about this one. We're getting into sock season. And sock season just means a lot of people shift to socks in the summertime because they feel like it's too hot to knit. I never feel like that because I'm not sitting outside, in 100 degrees with 7,000%
humidity. You need more vitamin D. So it's like, fine, I'll sit outside for an hour or so. I tried that. It was last week. Remember the one day it was so warm? I sat outside.
What are you getting, rickets? You got rickets? You don't have enough vitamin D?
Yeah, she always says that. It's like, you need more vitamin D. And it's like, so I went outside with Maggie on the lanai. Oh my God.
Did you get sunburned?
No, she was like a kid. This is boring.
Oh, your dog?
Yeah. Why can't we go inside and you can knit on the couch and watch Maggie and Mike and Molly? I'm not kidding you. She was like,
are we done yet? Are we there yet?
This is boring. I have everything to do. I was like, you are really an annoying 50-pound dog. Fine, we'll go in.
Fine.
I don't know what it is.
So anyway, as we get into sock season, I'm like, okay, so, my first year I tried the Barocco socks, but I am somebody that I have a lot of tactile challenges. I'm going to call myself. I'm going to own it. Like I like anything that's scratchy or itchy. I must have felt like had been ensconced in wool as a kid because I'm like, ugh, with certain textures. So I'm always about new things. So I didn't love the way the Barocco socks, they knitted up really cool, but I just didn't love it.
I didn't like the feel of it.
I didn't like the feel of it. And
sorry, I love all your other yarn, but didn't like that.
So easel was really big for a year and then that's kind of fallen off. So I was like, we need to find something new for the shop, not new to the world. Cause I'm still
my daughter-in-law would be great if you stopped doing easel so she could have that pair over there.
Oh, I have to fight your in-laws now.
My daughter-in-law loves the socks.
So anyways, we have decided to add Zauberballs. This is by Schoppel, to the stash here. And look at how I think this one is so fun. This one looks like watermelon to me and deliciousness. So you can have your watermelon and not wear it. but you can wear it, but not be sticky. Whatever you want to call
This
this.
is gorgeous in color work too. When you want to do a gradated, just gorgeous.
Yeah.
This one calls to me, but I don't know what.
This one is really fun too. Is this called Smoking Area? This is a European brand, Smoking Area.
Yeah.
So that's this one, and here's the last one. It's all
you got
variations
three. I
of
thought you
blue.
got four
No,
different
they just wound differently,
they
so
did.
it looks. And this one's called Deine Blue Augen. I'm making that up, I think, but anyway, so these are really fun. This is a sock weight, or like a little heavier than lace, but real light, really light.
If
So
you go on, Ravelry and pull it up and look at projects done with them. They're always gorgeous.
They are so much fun. And
you want the look of color work, but you don't want to do the work
and
behind
it looks like you've self-patterned. It looks like you've color worked, and really it's the yarn that's doing all of it for you. So this is a nice fun treat.
A lot of people have used it in the butterfly shawl.
Oh, papillon, the papillon shawl. Yes. And, these would be, I've had a big insurgence of people. I mean, like 10 people, which is a big deal, talking about doing the shift and versions of Andrea Mowry's The Shift, because she's got the night shift and she's got the weekend shift and she's got the extra, whatever. She's got all these shifts. And these are great because you're just using colors and they kind of all come together in slip stitch. It's a mosaic, and so the colors combining are really
wonder how one like this would look in like pressed flowers.
It would be gorgeous,
wouldn't it?
Absolutely gorgeous.
If you don't want to do pressed flowers, you could do the pressed flowers hat, the cardigan,
well,
the sock, the mitts,
the calendar, whatever you want to call it.
Bra.
Yeah, sure. And with this one, if you are afraid to use something that's so little as far as weight, if you don't want to do lace weight or fingering weight, you can always throw, and I'm going to throw it with a bad color right now because it's in front of me, but you can always throw it with something. And I know, hang on. Let's see if this pink works. Yeah, it's a little bit light, but it's got a little bit of that. But if you want to throw it with something to thicken it up, you don't really even notice it. So I did this, and I was working on it last time.
Where's the cream mohair?
Let's bring her over here. The cream mohair is...
I thought you just had...
right there. So look at my friend.
Look at this. That would just give it some fluff.
That would give it a nice halo.
Look at that.
Yep.
Ooh.
So this would give it a nice...
Come on. Somebody come do something with that.
So we've got this, and it would just be absolutely beautiful. So this project here, okay, I finished it up, and it's backwards here, but I finished it up, I don't know, a week ago.
Yeah, you did it fast. It was a quick one.
Yeah, this one was a quick knit. And so you're using 2 skeins, and I already sold out of the skeins that were there. 2 skeins of the Knitting for Olive merino. And then I used 1 skein, one and a little bit of pashmina, which
I don't
is
see any more over there because somebody
bought them. So yeah, it sold out here. No, there it is. I'll grab it. It's it's called Sans Regret. And so this one was an easy thing too, but it was, again, this was fingering weight on both of them, but it pushed it up to a heavy DK, and it knitted up so fast. I mean, I think, what is it, a week? I think I worked on it.
Yeah, it knitted
maybe.
Up fast.
I mean, it's stockinette. So here I use this one by Mad Tosh. Again, it's called Sans Regret. And then I put it with, or marled it with, it was a Dusty Artichoke from Knitting for Olive in merino. So that's what you can do if you want to find something you're like, oh, it's cute. Too little. We'll throw something with it.
A teenager, they would love that.
That's for my teenager, and she's already asked for it. And I'm like, no, you got to wait till fall when we're done selling these yarns. So not that we're done selling them, but we're done. But then we get into winter stuff. So we promote that. So, for you new friends joining us, Debbie Hanna, 1713, and A Knitter's Stitch. Thank you guys so much. We always appreciate your joining and hanging out with us on our ridiculousness. So last bit of fabulous that we've added to the shop, and I literally got this in the other day, and I sold all of them but one. So
really?
Yeah. So
what is it?
This is Fiber Spates. It's called Scrumptious 4-ply, and it is silk and merino.
Oh my god!
But all you feel is silk. It's like slippery. So these are the 2 new colors that we've got here. It looks
almost like Tencel.
It's so beautiful.
But it's not. It's
Glisten.
It's different.
Glisten is this one. It's kind of tannish, and this one is natural, which is this off-white. I sold almost every one of them. But this is the colors we already have. This one is a ultramarine, but it's really purpley looking to me. But
it is. It's that deep, deep royal blue that comes across as purple.
Yep. This one
I think that one's a pretty color.
Is this called Water? Yeah, this one's Water. And this one is Sea Foam. And then this is the last one. And this one is called Blue Steel.
See, if I wanted to do a night shift,
Oh, it's
I would
so,
put those
so
three
fabulous.
colors together.
It is absolutely these three.
Yep. And
It
grade
is
8
so soft
It
and
is.
fabulous. And you get a decent amount of yardage. It's $31 for, let's see here.
Quite a bit.
Almost, it's 399 yards.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So and it's silk. It's silk. So yeah, it's really beautiful. So we're just saying, come play with this. You will love it. Okay, so let's talk about, we've been working on some projects. So as I said, we started doing our chemotherapy hats donation here at the shop. So we've had a bunch of wonderful people. A lot of my friends up north who don't knit just sent me, some money and purchased yarn.
Aw,
And
that
then
was
we
nice
put
of
it,
them.
I know, it's been so sweet. And so my friend that I work with in radio, he donated, I had him get these cute little hats. They're called gorro, which is hat in Spanish. So they're little guys that have little tigers, little monkeys. So he donated that for kids. So
Aw.
we've got a bunch of yarns if you want to come and grab a yarn that people have donated and make a hat to donate, or two, because some of them have quite a bit of yarn to them. This is one that somebody donated. She literally came in, was like,
yesterday.
Yep, she came in the day
didn't even come all
before.
the way in the door. She was just right there.
She's like, here, tucked it in. But she's like,
got a
I gotta get
picture of her.
needles. She came and bought the needles, and then like less than 24 hours later, dropped off this really sweet hat. So yep, the picture of her, and I won't name her.
Really good pictures.
I won't-
She didn't leave her name.
I
and
won't-
I
I
was
know
with
her
a
name, but
customer,
yeah, I know
and
her
I
name,
didn't get
but
a chance.
I don't
Okay.
want to call people out because you never know.
It was,
You never
yeah,
know.
look on Facebook.
She's
It's a cute
lovely and
picture.
just a lovely woman. And so thank you so much. She's like, I'm making the next one. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. So we are doing this through the end of May, and we're going to donate it to the infusion centers. See, there's one here in Bluffton, and there is one in Savannah. And the reason we started with the Savannah one is because one of our customers is a client there, and she said they really need hats. And I'm like, let's do something about it. So if you would like to contribute, you can reach out to me, shrimpandknits@gmail.com. So there's that. What have you been working on? Because we got you.
Well, I'm on the back now of the
Shake
Shake
rag.
rag. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Shake rag. I'm
Mhm.
on the back of that. So this one's on, till I get that done. Since you put Shake rag she put it on the calendar, and I just happened to see it. It's like, oh, I guess I better get it done.
Mm.
And then Nivali.
This one.
And we had to talk about
This
what
one,
happened
I
with
can't
Nivali.
even get over how beautiful it is. So this
So
color
when we
work.
were looking at Nivali, and we were looking at what would go good with the two there, we picked up this because by itself, is this the Posy?
Which one? This one.
Yeah,
is Poppy Rose.
That was it.
What is
It
the
picked
yarn?
up the orange.
Mad
No,
Tosh, this one, right?
we used
This
that one.
So this is Central Park
Yeah.
West. This is Mad Tosh. And so when she was playing with the colors, we're like, oh my gosh, look at this. And so we put these two together, and look at how absolutely beautiful it pulls out the pinks.
Yeah, but I had to use this one doubled because it's so fine. So not last Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago, I was working and I was ready to start it. Thank goodness Robin was in the other room taking a class. And when I doubled it, it read as pink.
Which is
pink, and it did not go.
It's crazy.
Really did not go.
It's crazy to me that you just put the two together and it changes their color.
It darkened it that much. So when
same lot, by the way.
I yelled at Robin, "Come here, look!" And she's like, "Oh,
I'm in the middle of a class. What? Oh, okay,
she was crocheting. She knows how to do everything anyway. She was over there showing everybody else how to do it. So I'm like, "Come here." So she looked and she went, "Ooh." I had to call her over anyways because somebody wanted something we had to convert, and I didn't trust my math. And I'm like, "Robin." So I bugged her twice. You probably need to give her a refund. So
it's coming out of your pay.
So it didn't work. And I'm like, holy cannoli. Well, what am I going to do? Well, I only used like this much. So I put it back on, put it back out. So then I picked up the Lang Aura, which is really, really pale by itself.
So here's this Lang Aura. It's got a nice fluff to it, though. I love this yarn.
Look at it together.
It absolutely
made it
stunning. I mean, completely changed the look of the yarn.
Didn't it?
Yep.
It just made it beautiful. Because I went, I am not going to like this with the pink. I'm not going to like it.
No. It is absolutely
so
perfect.
This is stunning. It's going to be really cool.
It's always crazy to me how you can put yarns together that aren't from even close materials, different companies, and it just really makes the project sing.
Yep, this worked out well.
So
this is now the straight for like 8 more inches, and it's like, yeah, I'll get back to it after I finish Nivali. I needed to really finish Nivali, and then I started the sisters sister.
Oh,
the
yeah,
sister account,
this
but I'm not far enough along
to
yet
share it, yeah,
to show it.
to
But I
share it.
just started it, and it was good. And of course, then I worked on Island. But she Shake Rag. I worked in the car.
Yeah,
Trying to get that
to
done.
see that in a
Could
second.
not work on it with
So,
volleyball.
so yes, you almost had to
She
punch
kept
people
saying,
with your
"Are
hand.
you knitting or watching?"
Getting anything
No,
done?
I'm sitting like
Trying
this and watching.
Okay, so let's dish some tea here. What is going on at Ravelry? Oh my gosh. Have you guys tried to buy anything recently from them?
I tried last week, the sister one,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't use PayPal. I just go in as a guest, use the credit card. It's a lot easier because I don't know what happened. Lori tried to set up my PayPal years ago and it got all screwed up. And so like, I don't use it. If I need PayPal, I'll use my husband's. Well, it wouldn't let me do the credit card. I tried, I don't know how many times. So finally I called her and said, "Can you?" And she goes, "Yeah." So she bought it and then sent it to me. But
because I can get things like that through the shop. So I'm set up as a shop on Ravelry. So if there's a project, then I have the ability to go in and we get like, a little, hey, thanks, kind of a thing.
I thought it was just me, but no, it's on Ravelry. People are having problems. So I don't know because the powers that be at Ravelry come in and say, we don't have anything to do with PayPal. So I think it's from PayPal's end, but yeah, people cannot use their credit. Now, some people are saying, I can't do it on my iPad, but I can do it on my phone. And I'm like, I am not reading a pattern from my phone,
No.
So it's like, and then other people are saying, well, I can do both, but I have to do this. And people are saying, well, I did do it through PayPal, and now the page is white. It doesn't go through. So something is screwed up somewhere. There's bad juju somewhere.
Something's gone awry.
So if you really want a pattern, because I'm going to use her, because I said to my husband today,
she's using me. You just heard her. You've witnessed this.
I said, I'm going to have to use your PayPal. And he goes, okay, that's not a problem because I've done it in the past. The only problem is it goes into his email and he might remember to send it to me.
Well, you can set when I set it up, I can send it to whatever email. Yep. But yeah, you're right. If you're just buying it from someone's phone.
And if you give us your Ravelry name, we can put it into your library. So it's there.
Yeah. So that's definitely one of the challenges. PayPal can be quirky. So I set up PayPal 80 million years ago when everybody was doing eBay. And so I would look, I was poor as hell and I was trying to survive. I'm like, let's eBay and see if I can buy everything I own on eBay. And I set it up then. Under my maiden name because I hadn't even met my husband at that point. Well, they wanted me to jump through a hoop of fire and back to change my name. I'm like, no.
I know.
No.
Gordon used to sell used books.
Yeah.
He was a bookseller and he did it through eBay and he did it through PayPal. No, there was another one. eBay, Amazon. And now eBay and Amazon and even Etsy have so many fees.
Yeah.
You don't make anything. And he's like, I'm not doing that anymore. And I'm like, thank God there's 5 million books in the garage. But,
we're going to have a big old bonfire.
He was pretty good at it.
Next time we need to burn something. I don't know where to.
No book burning.
Okay. All right. So anyway, if you are experiencing any issues with Ravelry downloads for patterns, you probably aren't alone.
No, you're not. And there was a big thread on it today. Somebody said, there's been 3 other threads on this, and I tried to read it and I didn't understand, it had logarithms and all that crap. So,
too much math.
I don't know.
Too much
I
math.
just know that I'm not alone. It's not me. I'm not the technically challenged. It's happening everywhere. So there, it wasn't me.
So that is what's going on. So again,
your
local yarn shop.
Call the shop.
That's right. Your local yarn shop can probably help you if you don't live in the Bluffton area. I can also send you something, just because it's all email anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is what's going on. What else did I want to talk about?
Well, what are you working on besides hats?
All right. So here's the thing. I want to talk about this. Okay, this is called the Baby Surprise Sweater.
You've all done it. There's
Baby
5
Surprise
million.
Sweater. Okay, so this is
Elizabeth. I haven't done it.
This is Elizabeth Zimmerman, and this is not my project. This project has come home for sleepovers a couple of times to Casa Winslow because Arlene, God bless her, love her to death, is like, I don't know what's going on, and she just hands it to me. And the pattern literally is like just 88 lines of knit, do this, do this. Now, it never tells you that stitch markers are your best friend. So let us tell you here, stitch markers really can help you out so many ways that maybe you wouldn't think about it. So on this one, you knit a certain amount and then you increase, and then the increase, it just says increase. But the increase is you make one, knit one, make one. Okay. So for all of these, Arlene was counting every row. And that's terrible. That's so not relaxing. Okay. I said, well, why don't you just put stitch markers in? She's like, what? So she's like, why didn't they tell me that? I'm like, just so put your stitch marker in. You've got it. You know, you're going to increase on one side, knit one, and increase on the other side. Well, that's going to tell you without having to think about it every time. Oh, here I am. Make sure I add one. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Throw it in because it's creating almost like a raglan increase. Okay. For the way this comes together. So that's always something that you can do. This is supposed to be a really easy project. I mean, it's just knitting. I haven't seen it come together yet, but we're going to work on that. But I'm thinking this might be fun to use, to make it.
Gretchen does a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because she just whips them out and gives them to her daughter. All her daughter's sorority sisters are like, oh, they're all pregnant, Mom, after they
need something. I need this now. So this is baby surprise, jacket, sweater, whatever we're calling it. So I think I'm going to play with that coming up. But my to-do list is the size of Egypt. So
mine's getting there too.
So then I had this. I've been working on this as a shop project. The reason for that is it is a very, very, very simple straight knit. And while in the beginning I was able to kind of put things down, and then I had quite a bit of time as my shop was growing. Now, thankfully, it is busy. I don't get to knit at all during the day. But so I had started this during our open knit sessions here. It's just a straight around, but then now we're doing almost like a raglan increase or decrease, excuse me. So it's kind of divided off for that. And I had gotten talking here, which I know it's hard to imagine, but and somehow I got off. So I just ripped it all out. So that's where I am on this one. It's just going to be a little cover up.
It's really pretty mohair though.
It is. It's fun.
Gorgeous.
It's really fun.
You know what? And in the hank, it doesn't look like this.
No.
And then it's just kind of nondescript, but then you put it in the ball and you're like, oh, this could be really pretty. And then you started knitting it and it was like, oh,
yeah.
My God.
I figure my kids can wear
could you imagine this with knitted with maybe a light gray or silver, and then these colors popping every so often.
It's just beautiful.
See,
yarn.
I'm in one of those don't match the mohair with the yarn. Put it with something else that.
And I'm too OCD. I need to be like, this matches. So, but this is a real easy one because these needles are the giant. So you're like, woohoo, look at me go. So this is a fun project. And I can't think of the name of it over the top of my head. But if you want to know what the name of this project is, and here it is, kind of up close here, just reach out to me and I can dig up.
Forgetting to have all the names of stuff that we wear.
I know. I want to, but I can't even remember what I ate for breakfast. And I ate it right before the show. So I've started working on for the fundraising campaign. We are doing this here hats. So I always wanted to make this little owl pattern. And so it's
cute.
This is just a little guy with some, little beaded eyes. Let's see. Should be fitting. Yep. So I'm just about at the decrease.
Yeah, you're ready.
I'm right at the decrease section now. I had started the decreases, and at some point I was yelling at a child or a pet, somebody, and I was like, ah, and I got purling where I should have knit, and then a couple rows, because I don't pay attention. I just kind of go. And then I looked at it. I'm like, ooh. So I frogged about that much. So, because it's a little more like beanie than slouchy than a straight up cap.
Well, and some people like it more beanie because they have no hair, so everything slides.
Right. So we got that going on. I have been working on and then pulled out and then put aside for the cap, but this is the Stephen West. This one is Brie Ornate shawl. Super fun. This flies in the face of any color things I usually do because I'm plain and boring. I like, very neutral type things. But this is where the Fiber Spates Scrumptious 4-ply is. This kind of bluey, purpley kind of pulled together. And I just ordered another round. This one is Mad Tosh. And this one is called A Clue Board from 1984. So people have been seeing them and wanting them. And I only got a couple as a sample. So not a sample, but just to see if people liked it. So I got some more on order. So those will come in because they have to dye them all. So they take a little while to come back in. So I've been working on that.
I know how that goes.
You do? Yeah. So here's my other one, a clue board from 1984.
That's
so,
a cute name.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Yep, that's the name of it. A clue board from 1984. So yeah, those are what I've been working on. And then of course I've started like 10 other hats. Last night I tried to steal Judy. Joe needed some yarn and I tried to steal it for a hat.
How'd it work out?
Well, it's
really thick yarn.
It's very thick yarn, and that's what I was kind of, instead of doing a swatch, I thought I'd just cast on and see, and it was going to be too big. So I was like, picked up some different yarn, and that was what we've been working on. But
well, you may not want to put that in the tub then for somebody else to take.
No, it's fine. It just needs to change the pattern. It was the pattern I was working on. It really was DK. I was like, oh, let's see if this works. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. So,
well, I left early last night because I wanted to get home in time to watch
March Madness.
Yeah, because I thought Young Sheldon would be on. And it wasn't March Madness. So I haven't told you this. This is so funny. We were like Amazing Race. We love to watch Amazing Race. And Wednesday night started the latest season 36. Mm-hmm. So we saved it and we started watching it on demand last night instead of watching Kentucky get beat, number 3. So
I know. Can you
so
believe
if you
that?
have, your board, sorry, your board is already messed up.
Yeah.
But I'm watching it and all of a sudden I just started laughing. I said, how did they pick these 14 teams? It was obviously not by skill. It must have been by IQ level, because they just need to do a mass elimination. You're too dumb. You're too dumb. You're too dumb. You're too dumb. This brother and sister, they're in Puerto Vallarta. Okay. She starts to go down this street because she's driving and it's very narrow and there's a car coming the other way. She turned wrong. So instead of backing up, she decides to turn. She gets it stuck.
Oh my
in between.
Lord.
It's one of those, you've seen those on sitcoms. I would have loved to be the cameraman because he'd like, okay, stop. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. I don't know how long they did that before they turned. I was like, where did they get these people?
Oh my
and the
gosh.
other two are twins, 25-year-old surfer dudes from Florida who have never done anything in their lives except hanging out on the beach. So everything's bro, dude, with their hair. And I'm like, I can't watch this season. I want to kill them all. There's nobody I'm rooting for yet. Nobody, because it's like, oh my God. No, yeah, then they've got a father and daughter, and I hope it's a lot better than last year's father and daughter, where she was a princess from Texas who every time would yell, "Red, come on, Dad, come on!" I'm like, kill the kid. And this one might be okay, but they start off and they put on their backpacks and they go to run. He falls over already because he can't carry the backpack. Oh, and the other one is a mother and son who she has coddled him all his life. So he sits in the back seat and he cries, "This is everything I've ever wanted to do." And the mother's driving, going, "I just want this for him." And I'm like, okay, get them off too. So I've already got my list. You be eliminated. You be eliminated. You be eliminated. You be eliminated. Because it's like, I can't handle. I'm like, where do they get these IQs? Oh my God. It's just
entertainment.
I love Amazing Race because they go to so many different countries and some of the challenges are really, really fun. And then so last night was cute because they had to go to a rodeo and they were doing the rope thing. Yeah. And so you'd think they'd have to learn how to do. No, they had to jump through 7 of them while they were doing them. And the one girl finally got through and she forgot to wear. The rule was you had to have a
bolero.
Yeah, like a kerchief. So she had to go back and do it again. But it was so funny because she was so excited and she was there for the camera and she didn't realize he was doing it behind. And she's like, "I can't, this is so excited." And he goes, "Oh, you missed." She goes, "I wasn't ready." It was so funny. I might root for her. They're cousins.
See, I can see you're going to frustrate with that. I have to say that the one show that really, the fact I'm probably going to have an embolism at some point during it is Wheel of Fortune, because I'm like, why are you buying a vowel?
I know.
Stop it! It's there. It's so obvious.
I won 100,000 the other night because I got it.
Yes, well, I'm yelling the things out. My husband's like, "What are you yelling at?" I'm like, how do they not know this?
I know.
So,
I know.
he's like, you've got to stop watching this. You get really angry.
No, because we like to watch Jeopardy too. We
You
like to yell out the
You
answers.
get really
But
angry.
I don't watch a lot of reality shows. We really
No.
don't. But we do like Amazing Race, and we haven't watched it all 36 seasons. We only started a few years ago.
We started watching for whatever reason. I was on one day. Was Ink Master? Have you ever watched Ink Master?
No, the tattoos.
Yeah, it was fun.
She's got a really pretty one. Look at this one.
I did. So I just got this.
And that involves needles, so it's not going to be me ever.
So here is my new one. And then they brightened up. She brightened up this one, which is hard to see. It's she did a little more watercolory. Yeah. So that was what we did last week. Was my husband and I just got some new ink. But anyway, so it's a great competition. And Dave Navarro is one of the hosts, and I just love him. So
who's that?
He was a guitarist for Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, okay.
And,
okay, yeah, I know who he is.
Oh God, putting me on the spot with the trivia knowledge. I don't want to say Nirvana. No, he wasn't Nirvana. Anyway, he's a rock star. He's a rock star, and he's a handsome rock star.
Amazing Race, and the other one we always used to watch was So You Think You Can Dance, because that was always so good because they were true amateurs.
Yeah,
and they were good. But
okay, so what we wanted to talk today about now is because we've got this going is some patterns that you may, if you would like to use for a hat pattern. This is something that Judy has made lots and lots of hats. It took me a little while to make hats, and the reason for that is I have a deep-seated loathing of double points, and we did discuss that last time. And when you get to the top, so when you're working in the round for a hat, a sleeve, something like that, you start off with typically 16-inch circular needles. Okay. And as you get up to the top, unless you use magic loop, which I hate, you do need to get into smaller needle sizes because you just can't try to stretch your stitches all the way around 16 inches. So even if you use 9-inch, it's not going to make
put
it.
them on two.
So you can use 2 circular needles or flexi flips like we did last time, which is the one I'm going to use once now I'm starting to decrease on that hat with the owls. So there's a lot of really cool patterns out there, and we got talking about it because now we're doing this hat drive. So Judy's had a couple of them. Can you, and now of course you told me this morning the name of the one.
Regina.
The Regina. It's really, this is the one that's got like the shell on it, right? So this looks almost like a 1920s flapper looking.
I have made them, and I don't have any of them because people take them as fast as I can make them.
Because she didn't have the foresight to keep it down the road when 7 years from now, Tracy's going to need this for the shop, and I don't have it. Rude.
Well,
which is rude.
Yeah.
So,
it's really, really cute. No, because I'm a friend came to visit, and she was like, "Oh, that's so cute." So 2 nights I had it done for her.
This is called so cute. Regina. It's good, of course, the light Regina. It's it looks like
might be a free one.
Flapper. I'm trying to reach it in here. Regina on Ravelry. Yeah, and if you can't buy it because you can't download, let me know.
It's free.
But this is really cute, and I've gotten to a lot of conversations about the caps and the infusion and different yarn. In fact, I reached out to, there is a company called Knots, Knots of Love, and they are a company that makes these hats and distributes them to infusion centers around the country. And I had wanted to see if they would kind of partner up with us on this. And they basically were like, are you going to make them for us? Or are you going to make them for that hospital? I said, well, we're going to make them for the hospital. She goes, then I'm not going to help you.
She said that?
Yeah, she goes, don't direct them to me. I mean, you can use the resources that I've got on there, and we've got free patterns, but don't send them to me. I was like, oh, okay. Sorry.
Regina is a free one.
Right. Regina, Regina on Ravelry. It's free. It's got this cute little, it looks like a flapper to me.
Yeah, let me pull
cute little flapper style. So we looked at that, and it looks like a pretty easy 5 bind off, as opposed to like a lot of them, the ones that I use, the one I wrote for this pattern has 8. It's 8 kind of when you're binding off on the top every 8. So this is a hat that I've made, and I'm sure I will donate at some point in time. But it sells the yarn really well. So I don't know. It's like this little guy. So anyway, yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. So but she goes,
the one that Gretchen and I made. We used the same yarn, and she'd come over and we decided to make it, and then she gave it to her daughter.
This definitely looks like
it's just adorable.
My daughter taking her
on the
selfies.
Library page. I mean, on the pattern pages, I don't think are good colors, but we used like I think we used either Cascade or Vintage, probably Vintage,
Yeah.
Bronco Vintage, but super fast because you do this and then you just do it and then it attaches.
You do this and then you just do it.
Yeah.
And so the words of wisdom right
you do
here.
this and then you do that.
You do this and then you do that. So done. Don't even buy the pattern. Just do this and
you
that.
You don't have to buy it. It's free.
Oh, sorry. My bad. You won't have to deal with PayPal. So it's free. So that's one. And then you were talking about, God, again, please remind my feeble, pathetic brain. You had not Outlander. What was the, Great Gatsby.
Let me show you. Wait a minute. I got it here.
There are some Great Gatsby patterns for the hats that are kind of fun.
There's a book out. I mean, a knitting book. It's been out for several years. And of course, my friends bought it for me because I'm an English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And
you teach Gatsby.
It was knits inspired by literature. So this was the one that was on the cover, and it's the Daisy hat. Let me see if it pops up.
Daisy Buchanan.
Oh, come on. How many people use the word Daisy?
I mean, a lot. Took a look at the number, 17 pages worth. So apparently Daisy is quite a popular pattern name.
Put in cloak hat.
Is it Cloche? Cloak?
I always thought it was Cloche.
I you know what? I don't know. This is one of those
somebody
words.
Else said no, it's cloak. So I have no idea.
I feel like it's cloak, but this is not a word that I'm.
And I always thought
I've
this
always
was
read it, so I don't know how to pronounce
too. It's from Literary Knits, 30 patterns inspired by literature.
All right, so that is here, Daisy. Let's see if
And I think that would be a fast one too.
There you go. Hats usually can knit up pretty quickly unless you're using real thin yarn. It's a nice, easy project. And that's really cute. Again, they do look like, because again, if you're talking about the Great Gatsby, the 20s. So really cute patterns. And one of the people I was talking about was saying that a lot of people like, a little bit cuter, more fun than functional because they're wearing it as a statement, and it also helps them because these infusion centers are really, really cold. I know my mom was always freezing, and I had made a big old shawl for her, and I loved this shawl pattern. It's let me think of it. Oh, it'll come to me. I keep thinking Gavstrick, but that was your pattern.
Halfstrick?
Yeah.
I keep thinking I want to do another one.
So
I have to play with it.
But
see.
Yeah, this was I made, and I picked out the nice, soft, luxury. It was my mom. My mom was dying. I picked out this beautiful yarn, and I spent all this time putting it together. And it was like stuff like fiber spades, and so soft but warm and cuddly. Well, I sent it to her when she had gone through just something absolutely horrible, and so she didn't even remember getting it.
Aww.
And then she finally found it when she kind of recovered from that, and she used it and she liked it. But then after she passed, I was like, hey, when you come across this, could you send it to me? And my stepfather goes, oh, I already donated that to the Salvation Army. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
so there that was. That was awesome.
I did that once for someone. I didn't even know her. It was when we were in the So What Club and I was new, and they had come up to the knitting table, and there was somebody that I was so new I didn't know them, but everybody knew her, and they were really upset because she'd just been diagnosed with terminal lung cancer and everything. And so she goes, can you make a shawl for her that she would like to wear and all this? And I was like, you know what? Why don't you just come over and pick one of mine? Because I don't think anybody could get one done in time.
Right.
So she came out and she took one from that was on the cover one time of a Vogue. It was so neat. It looked like a Great Gatsby type one,
cool.
And stuff. It was very vintage. And I thought, don't take that one, but she took that one. That was fun. And she came back later and she goes, she loved that shawl.
Aww.
She was wearing it when she died. So it was okay.
That was nice. Fun. That was nice. So when you're looking for these types of patterns, there is a way on Ravelry to sort it so that they are free. Okay. So once you go in and let's say you are trying to just make a hat. Okay. And you are a crocheter, and you can go on the left-hand column and you can start to sort and eliminate patterns because you're going to start out with 11 million patterns of all types and shapes and sizes. So then the advanced search on the left-hand side.
Or you can just simply type in hat, crochet, adults.
Right. And then you can even get down to the weight of the pattern. You can choose free. You can choose how many stitches. I mean, you can get really specific for what you're looking for. So if you're just trying to make a hat, you want to come in, grab some yarn that's been donated by some of my lovely friends. Come grab a free pattern. I'll print it out for you. And I do have some. There's one called, is it called? Cables of Love? I can't remember. I printed a bunch of those out. I printed the owl pattern that I have for mine.
That owl pattern has been done in sweater.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
It's extremely popular. Was that a Kate Davies?
It's a Kate Davies. It's a
All
Kate
hail Kate
Davies. I
Davies.
tried to actually look, and I didn't see a owl Kate Davies owl pattern out there because I did want to. All hail.
It's in the.
All.
On the
I don't
bus.
think a hat is.
No,
I think
no
I
hat.
eyeballed it.
There's
Yeah,
no hat.
because it's the sweater, and I've always wanted to make the sweater.
Yeah, the sweater's cute.
It's absolutely adorable, and that was actually the first time I worked with putting beads on. And
people love beads, and there's so many different ways to do them.
Yeah.
But it's like,
well, I kind of like ghettoed it. I was like, jammed a
there's not a way. There's ways you can do it.
Jam it in and pull it out. I was like, yes, it worked.
That's because they were big honking.
There's probably a more professional way
of
doing it.
Like you can crochet it on some way.
Oh, I'm sure there's a real way to do it. And then there's Tracy's ghetto way. I'm like, ah!
And I don't do beads. I don't do any of that stuff. It comes from years of wearing sequins for majorettes. No, don't do beads. Don't do sequins. You put beads on, good for you.
You know, I didn't realize, Judy, I teach, as I've said many times, Mondays and Thursdays at Montclair State University in New Jersey. And so those times I was always closed, and we've gotten much busier. And Thursdays actually has become very busy here at the shop. So Judy's like, I'll work Thursdays for you. I don't know what she's doing, but I think she must be pulling out the majorette stunts and out there twirling fire because, girl, you've been crushing sales here. Well, after you promoted yourself.
It's my person. Yeah, I know. It was just like... It was since I became store manager.
And weren't you handling back office of receiving?
Yes, I was into receiving too. It's called ripping open a box and seeing what you ordered.
Hey, this stuff. What do you want?
I would help out in receiving when I worked at Archivers, and you do, and I do it. You take out the packing list and you match to make sure you
tick and tie. Make sure. Yeah. Well, that happened to me. I had ordered from Quince & Co. I had people asking me if I had 100% linen. And I'm like, I don't. And I was like, all right, let me put a couple colors out there because linen is weird. Linen is actually really stiff when it comes in yarn shape. Yep. And then when you play with it, it softens. And then when you wash it, it softens. And it becomes really great over time and
use. The
best
way to soften it up is to wash it in conditioner.
There you go. Heard it here first. So anyway, I ordered some and they sent this bill separately. And I'm like, okay, this isn't normally how these work, but okay. And I tick and tied and I was missing one of them and they were great. I emailed them and said, hey, I'm not going to pay this bill until I get, or somehow we get a refund. She goes, no problem. Sent me one out that day. Came right in. So they were great. They were absolutely terrific to work with. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, but you got to check because, everybody's fallible.
People make mistakes. And I don't think it's intentional, but when you're paying and you're ordering, like let's say 100 skeins of something, you got to, it can be a bit tedious, but they were terrific customer service. So Aiko, I think was her name. She sent the sweetest little note, and her handwriting, I was like, has she typed this? It was so precise. I was like, oh, I kind of want to do
not
that.
Like the notes you get from me.
A lot, not like that.
Oh,
yeah, not at all.
I'm in a hurry. I just write it as I'm thinking it. So my kids at school used to go, because I would write for a while, and then I would print for a while. I would go uphill, and I'd always say, thank you for your paper. I want it typed. Do as I say, not as I do. That was always my motto to them. Do as I say, not as I do.
Don't look at this.
And they're like, we know you're in a hurry when you're.
Well, I've been telling you about my last class, the last meeting we had here. One of my boys joined me from the men's locker room and did it again this week. I'm like, stop going from the men's locker room. I'm like, I don't need to see this.
He's just wanting to get a rise.
I think he does. He's like, Winslow. I'm like, God, it's old lady eyes. I don't need to be seeing this in my workplace.
Threaten them with your birthing videos. No, really. I had to tutor one of my students at the time because he got hurt really bad in football. And he had, the knee surgery. So I go to his house and all his friends are hanging there. And he had something worse than that.
Oh, poor guy.
And so he goes, you want to see my video of the surgery? I went, no, Seth, let's just go with this stuff. And they're like, no, come on, Kirby, show the video. You want to see the video of my surgery, don't you? I went, only if I can show you my birthing videos. And they went, no, okay, we're cool.
We're good. Yeah, we're good. You don't need to see that.
I would have found the most obnoxious one with a woman screaming and everything else. So just threaten them with that. The next time you are in the locker room, I am subjecting you to an hour of my birthing video. You will watch him clam up so quick because men don't want to see that.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But
Do
yeah,
it.
that was.
Just
I was
threaten it next time. See what he does.
see what he does.
Of course,
Huh?
I always have one that goes, okay.
Yeah, of course. Then
I'm
he'll
gonna
be
a
the one.
surgeon.
He'll call me right out,
I wanna
probably. Like, all right,
be-
bring
yeah.
it on, Winslow. So. Yeah. Well, anyway, we have babbled our way through yet another hour. Hopefully,
we
I know,
have.
goes quickly. Hopefully, you've learned a little something, laughed a little bit, or at least had some entertainment alongside us.
Next time, I will have some things done. Oh! We didn't announce my big award.
Oh, I forgot about your big award. Hold on. Drum roll.
So in my neighborhood where we've just moved, the big thing is porch of the month. You decorate your porch in the front little front yard, and everybody's like, it's real cutthroat. Everybody they go, it's pretty cutthroat. People all want to do it, and it's like. So Gordon just looks at me and went, "Yeah, you just took that as a challenge."
Just poking the bear on that one.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
There it is. So I did some things, and Tracy made me a sign that says "Follow the bunny. He has the chocolate." Mm-hmm. And I did a couple other things, and
she kept going. Have Lena make this. I'm like, she's not the one that makes them. I am.
Well, I didn't know that.
Have Lena make this.
Again.
There she is. Look at this.
Porch of the month.
Porch of the month, people. Heard it. You saw it here.
I was cracking up.
Oh gosh. I'm like, oh, you go, girl.
Rocking it. We were driving out of the complex the other day, and some woman had put little bunnies up, and I went, "You didn't win, and you didn't win, and you didn't win."
Suck it, neighbor.
You really can't. I said, "Well, I don't have to worry about April now. I had something planned for April too, but I'm good for.
How long do you get to keep your sign up?
Till they decide to take it down.
I mean,
that's fine. It'll be up. I have people coming. I have friends.
Perpetuity, man. She owned that.
We have a buffet at Easter, so my friends all get to see it.
So they'll know you can revel in it. Have your picture taken.
We'll have a big spotlight going around.
We can put down, like, we take out one of the blocks in the sidewalk, and then put that down in front of your house.
Oh God, that's me.
That's
Sorry.
you. Anyway, so here we go.
That was what do they call it on Christmas Story? Special award.
Oh, special award. Yeah.
Award. It's fragile.
That's right. It's Italian. So anyway, thank you guys so much. We appreciate your support as always. If you like what you see, even if we are completely ridiculous, or if you don't knit or crochet or even know what the hell we're talking about half the time, that's okay. Neither do we. But share and like and comment and subscribe, because these are all things that help.
I'll be dyeing up more river rock this weekend, and
maybe I'll actually be able to see it this time.
You might. It came out really pretty. I was surprised at how pretty it came out.
I've got to go.
Because I was just playing.
I don't want you to be jealous, but I got to go backpack shopping.
Oh. Words escape me. There's a thing to say.
They fail you. Yeah. Well,
she's going to do something neat in May.
I am in May. I'm going to walk the Camino de Santiago in Spain. Not the whole thing. I'm only have time to do the last 100K, because apparently Judy has a life that doesn't want to be at the shop for 3 months straight.
Lynn's problem. She's graduating from high school.
Rude. So I'm turning 27, and that's just what we're doing.
You're turning 50. You're turning 25 twice.
Shopping.
There you go. So go backpack shopping. Well, we probably will have to be closed one day because we're overlapping when we leave, and
that's all right. We'll figure it out.
That's at the end of May.
So
that's Memorial Day weekend anyway, so we won't be busy. Probably.
That is Memorial Day weekend. Anyway, okay, there we go. Blah blah blah. So have a fabulous couple of weeks. We'll be back here doing what we do. Happy Easter.
Hope you get lots of chocolate.
Happy May 1st, March, April, whatever month we're in. Rabbit. I can't remember.
April 1st will be April Fool's Day. Will be on a Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Rabbit.
All right, my friends, take care, and thank you so much. Hope you have a great few weeks. Bye. Oops. Boop. And bye.
Okay. Well, you do that. I'm going to find that pattern. I'm going to show you.